Gentrification was a term once confined to urban planning seminars. It's now become a howl across Southern California. This is creating an overwhelming amount of displaced people, where some have to live in homeless communities due to higher rent costs, such as the people that live in the tent city in Santa Ana, or the community that's present in Skid Row in Los Angeles. The KCET documentary, City Rising, states, as housing prices rise, people of color who cherish their community and culture are mobilizing against unsustainable rents and other forces they see pushing neighbors into homelessness. They don't get the chance to truly live their lives without the fear and risk of not being able to afford homes, food, water, or clothing. An old city in LA named Oakwood is just one city out of many that's been subject to gentrification. The once oceanside residential neighborhood has been upgraded, causing the streets to become more narrow, traffic to increase, and rent to rise. Such major changes in Southern California is severely affecting communities, especially for the lower class. Because it inevitably causes property value to increase, it also causes rent or house price to increase as well. This causes less educated people or people with minimum wage jobs to not be able to pay for homes or other needs they need to attend to.
Santa Ana is a prominent example of gentrification in California, most specifically, Tent City. It's a settlement just off the Santa Ana River of people who can't afford to live in the high-priced city. With gentrification, the prices rose, and a majority of these people who live in Tent City were unable to pay. The residents now live in quickly crafted homes to have some sort of shelter. This strip of land made up a community of almost 700 people in Southern California. Now, Tent City in Santa Ana, along with many others in Southern California, are disappearing, and not because people got jobs.
North Broadway Street and West 4th Street are two locations in Santa Ana that were prominently gentrified. The streets are more modernized and easy to identify themes to each building, rejuvenated to look nicer and more appealing. These ideas are present in all gentrified cities, which can be seen in places such as the Artshare LA building. The average shopper naturally will get attracted to popping colors and attractive services in the downtown. While this has allowed for new businesses to arise, it's also caused quite old businesses that may have added to the culture of the neighborhood to start to deteriorate. It opens the risk of putting workers out of work and not being able to afford a home.
Another example of gentrification in LA County is Echo Park, where a majority of El Salvador refugees went. A story is of a couple that lived there for 31 years, that lived there for a rent of $942 a month. But they were soon evicted because of a housing cluster development that then costed $800,000 a unit. Now many of the community's small businesses are being replaced by high-income housing, small coffee shops, and retail stores. Echo Park has partly become this way because of capitalists buying out the cities. One city is Boyle Heights, and another is Highland Parks. As this problem increases in Southern California, it seems like low-income housing is disappearing.
Overall, gentrification can cause huge changes to life, mainly because it raises the value of places and prices to live or own property. This can cause a huge displacement in living to many. It may be better for a city overall, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be under the consideration of others who might suffer because of it. The amount of displaced people, where some have to live in homeless communities due to higher rent costs, such as people that live in gentrification was a gosh darn it. They see pushing neighbors into homelessness. They don't get to so close. Because it raises the value of prices to live in, or places. What does this even say?